Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope you're all having a great start to the day. Good morning, Joy. Good morning, Luke. Really nice start overall across the area. You can see a lot of sunshine, but there is still a little bit of haze in the atmosphere. I mentioned this a few times during Wake Up Charlotte weekend, but the haze is actually caused by the smoke from those Canadian wildfires still, but it lives high up in our atmosphere. It's not mixing into the surface level like what we had last week and the week before when we were under that code red. So don't be worried about the haze. Beautiful day overall, but haze will allow for a really nice sunset. So, hey, there's always a benefit, right, to anything that happens. Your lake forecast got to include this, right? It's a gorgeous day to get out on the water. In fact, my own parents just texting me and my mom, I wanted to get on the water with my dad for Mother's Day. It's storming there. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that. They should be in Charlotte. Water temperatures in the upper 70s, lower 80s today. That UV index very high, if not extreme. Lots of sunshine. So make sure you got the sunscreen, the sunglasses, good to go on that. High temperatures reached the mid to upper 80s today, so we're not quite as toasty as yesterday, but the humidity is much lower, so it feels very comfortable. Good morning, Philip. Hopefully, you're having a great day so far. Overall, the air quality index closer to the ground, again, this is not caused by the smoke. The smoke is causing the haze. But the air quality index closer to the ground is higher today under a code orange because of ground level ozone. What happens with ground level ozone is that when we have a really hot and sunny day, what happens is all those particulates, things like nitrogen oxide, kind of bake in the afternoon. And normally, when we have a breezy day, kind of the air mixes, so it prevents a lot of significant baking, which leads to ground level ozone. But when it's calm and kind of stagnant, like today, only about 5 miles per hour, it can increase that ground level ozone. So today we are under that orange, that code orange because of that. This will get better though for Sunday and heading into early next week. So again, it's two separate issues. So the air quality index is under an orange today. So we have an air quality alert for Mecklenburg, Cabarrus, and Union counties that ends tonight as we go into sunset. Now, again, the haze is caused by the smoke. So two different things that we're dealing with today. The smoke shouldn't influence you at all in terms of air quality. It should just be that hazy condition. Now, a lot of this has to do with the front that moved through yesterday, why we're feeling a little bit drier and more comfortable. You can see now it is situated just to our south. So really no weather issues expected for today other than the ground level ozone. High this afternoon, right around 87. We were 61 this morning. I think we'll add a few more degrees overnight into tomorrow, but tomorrow could get to 90, which would only be our third 90-degree day of the year so far. This time last year, we were close to about 13, but it's not far off the average. The average is about 5 to 8. So last year, it looks like we were a little bit higher. This year, a little bit lower so far. Now, I'm not anticipating any kind of significant rainfall issues for tomorrow, but I do think a stray shower could be possible for areas southeast of Charlotte. So here's the afternoon today through the afternoon tomorrow. We're essentially almost completely dry. But as we get closer to about 2, 3 o'clock, you can see a few little sprinkles not out of the question for areas down in southern Anson County, Chesterfield, even maybe southern Lancaster County. But I do still think a lot of the Charlotte metro will be largely dry. So I'm still keeping us at less than a 20% chance of rain for tomorrow. As we look ahead to the next few days, there are going to be some changes to talk about. We get a lot of warm and moist air coming in from the south and west, and at the same time, we have an approaching low pressure system. This is going to eventually roll through and then stall nearby, really creating a significant risk of flooding for us as well in the Carolinas, as well as parts of the deep south, like Mississippi, Alabama, even into Georgia, as well as southern Tennessee. So on Monday, the threat for significant rainfall and some isolated flooding will be largely toward the mountains and foothills because of that elevation change. Now, as we get closer to Tuesday, this will expand for much of the region, including the Charlotte metro area. So I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for us locally in the Queen City will be your highest risk for that. So the risk starts in the mountains and foothills Monday, but gets a little bit higher for the metro by Tuesday, Wednesday. And then eventually, when all is said and done, we could have multiple inches of rain, maybe 2 to 4 at a maximum, and that'll be pretty much mountain south. I always tell you, you can't be married to these numbers. It's essentially just a forecast to show you that rainfall totals closer to 2 to 3 for the mountains, maybe even 3 to 4 for parts of the sandhills. Now, this is a general overview. Again, we know where the heaviest pockets of rain do pick up. We could see even more than this, but I think folks should prepare for a pretty soggy upcoming work week, especially Monday afternoon and evening and beyond into Thursday. Now, in the tropics, we have an area of interest to watch. Right now, it's just at a high chance of development over the next week. If you saw my 2023 hurricane season changes, I did a weather IQ on this a few weeks ago. With these tropical outlooks, these are the outlooks that, have the little colors, the yellow, the orange, the red, and we used to go out 2 to 5 days. Starting this year, it's going 2 to 7 days. So what this means is that we'll have more time to track potential systems than the 7-day outlook versus five, which I think is a good thing. The one I guess would say negative caveat, whatever you want to say, is that because we're tracking them for longer periods of time, we're probably talking about them for longer periods of time. And what I mean by this is, let's say that this system had a quick opportunity for development in the short term, but maybe not so much in the long term. Because we've extended now 2 extra days, we'd probably be watching it as a low risk, right, for multiple extra days. Because let's say it would have gone low on day 5, but now if it's going low on day 7, we're watching it for at least 2 extra days. So just because it's a high risk now, or a high chance of development, I shouldn't say risk, that doesn't mean that it's going to form immediately. We have 7 days now to watch that 70% chance. I hope that makes sense. It's not that it's something to be too concerned about. It's more like the timing. I think we'll be talking about more of these systems, or at least be talking about them for longer periods of time now that they've made that change from 5 to 7. Now, there has already been one system this year. So the next storm name on the list is going to be Brett with one T. After that comes Cindy. That's the C name. Over the next 7 days, again, I'm not really expecting anything in the tropics to be an immediate problem. We're just going to keep an eye on it. But tropical moisture, that could be a problem for us in terms of that flooding risk next week. So today, Saturday, upper 80s, Juneteenth festival kicks off in Charlotte at noon. It'll be great weather, other than, of course, the haze. Tomorrow, near 90, mostly to partly sunny. Then on Monday for Juneteenth, it does look like the rain and storms are shifting a little bit later. So I think some dry time in the morning, but some strong storms possible by the latter half of the day. And then it's all about the rain for really much of the week from Tuesday through Thursday into Friday. But long range models do indicate that we could dry out a little bit as we approach next weekend. So I think it's going to be all about the rain this upcoming week. Make sure you are staying safe, staying weather aware, especially with that flooding potential. But this weekend, you are almost good to go, other than that code orange today for sensitive for unhealthy groups, or unhealthy for sensitive groups. I always mess that up. I hope everybody has a happy, safe, and healthy Juneteenth, a happy, safe, and healthy, Father's Day tomorrow. We know fathers come in all shapes and sizes, stepdads, father figures, things like that. But I also think that we need to take a moment to remember people who, it may be a sensitive day, just like Mother's Day for those who have lost their fathers. My best friend actually lost her dad this past week, and he was a wonderful person from kidney cancer. So, my heart goes out to her this weekend, especially too. And I just want you to know that, in this realm of life, like, we're thinking about you too, for those who maybe have had a similar situation in life. And is hurting on Father's Day, and maybe doesn't like that we talk about it so much. We got to celebrate the great ones, but of course we can be empathetic to those who have lost them. But overall, I hope everybody just has a joyous weekend. The weather is going to be fabulous, and we will see you on Wake Up Charlotte weekend tomorrow morning starting at 6 a.m. We'll be showing pictures of dads if you guys want to send them, 704-329-3600. And I hope you've been missing it. Science Sunday is going to be back with a new little experiment, kind of geared toward maybe enjoying the time with Pops. So have a great rest of your day, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see you again here tomorrow on WCNC Charlotte, and off and on throughout the upcoming week. Have a great day.